the following dignitaries to light the wick: Mr. Robin Banerjee, Dr. Renu Shom, Dr. Uday Salunke, Dr. N. Venkata Shastri, Mr. Nilesh Gaikwad, Dr. Bala Kutti.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome on behalf of the Council of EU Chamber. We are singularly delighted that all of you have come today for our Education Summit. Education is the cornerstone of civilization. No nation has progressed without it. It is inappropriate that we have hurried through this inauguration. Maybe we should have delayed by another 10-15 minutes. India has something called, Indian time is called IST, Indian Stretchable Time. So 9:30 did not mean 9:30 today, it could be tomorrow, who knows. So I think many of the participants are yet to arrive. A few remarks on behalf of the Council. We are a chamber which looks after the business interest of the 27 nations in Europe and India. This chamber is a B2B chamber, business to business chamber. Normally, this chamber does not address policy advocacy matters, which means the free trade agreement, which is now the government of India is discussing with the European Union, is not something we are focusing on. That, as you know, is political in nature and being handled directly by the top leadership of the country. Barring that, anything to do with business, we should be able to help you. European Chamber, what we do essentially is to provide you with an specific. European Union of 27 countries vis-a-vis India. We are industry agnostic. That means be it any sector, we should be able to give you the ecosystem where you will be able to do business with each other. We are also not very large. Let's say CI or ASSOCHAM, there are lakhs of members. We are not very large. We have about 1,100 members. And therefore, we can be more focused for you guys. So there is an advantage of being large. There is a disadvantage of being large. We are, historically, we have not been very active in the southern part of India. We have now, our board has decided that Chennai should be our next port of call. We are trying to see whether we can have an office in Chennai. We had met the government authorities yesterday. They are very keen that we are here. And as you know, that European Union is a very rich, well, they may not be very rich in terms of total GDP, but per capita GDP, they are singularly 10 to 15, 20 times higher than us. So they have ability to spend. Now, where will they spend? US, you know what is happening due to tariff. How long will this all problem go on? We don't know. China's story is over, ladies and gentlemen. It is decelerating, and this deceleration is unlikely to stop in the next 20 to 30 years. Southeast Asia, too small. Africa, no one can go. South America is a disaster. I wouldn't say disaster. South America has its own issues, own challenges. So the normal port of call for Europe now is India. A quick word about education. I don't want to educate you on education, but only one sentence. Why education as an opportunity as a business, as a concept, would be very important or very good for India is because of our demography. The whole world is getting old. India, on the other hand, is getting young. And therefore, we will necessarily have more people in the demography to teach. And all these young people, as you know, perhaps you know this number, 10 years ago, the population, which is working age population, which is defined as 15 years to 60 years, actually 58, used to be 61% of the population. That time, 10 years back, China, this working age population was 71%. They had more working age population. As I'm talking to you, ladies and gentlemen, India from 61% working age population has become 67%. And the good news is China has become from 71 to 65. China is decelerating because their working age population is going down. By 2030, we will become 71% working age population, 15 to 58 years. China is going to become 60%, going back to the Indian days. So India used to struggle to become the global power. Tomorrow, China is going to will struggle because they don't have working age population. The working age population they don't have is incorrect. The working age population is shrinking. That is the demographic advantage. And that, I'm sure, is leading all you educational leaders to see what we can do differently to make a different country, different ecosystem, different world, and hopefully a better business. So ladies and gentlemen, with these small little words, I wish all of you the very best. Have a wonderful discussion today. Unfortunately, I have to take a flight. Therefore, we hurried through for this little inaugural talk. We are always available. We are wanting to come to Chennai. And maybe as the day goes on, please try to discuss that what is the best way to be in your city. My humble submission to all of you, some of you are members of EU Chamber, some of you are not. Please become a member. We hopefully will be able to give you value addition. And if we are more powerful, if we are all together, maybe together we can make a difference to this country. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful, wonderful summit and wish you all the best. EU Chamber will be there for you always, be it here or there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Your kind words.
Now, may I request Professor Dr. Uday Salunke to come on the stage and introduce the theme of the event. The Group Director, Wellinger Institute of Management Development and Research. He is also the Chairman of the Education Committee of the Council of EU Chambers of Commerce in India. He is recipient of the prestigious Eisenhower Fellowship, USA, which acknowledges and honors the contribution of the thoughtful leaders across the globe.
Dr. Salunke has been the chairman of Local Managing Committee, Association of Management Development Institution in South Asia. Also, he has been the member of Executive Committee of the same. He has been the president of Association of Indian Management Schools and National HRD Network, Mumbai chapter. He has been the state governor's nominee to Senate of University of Mumbai. Dr. Salunke, may I kindly request a brief introduction for the theme of today's event.
Right, Renuji? Probably even 10 is early. Maybe I think 10:30, 11, something like that seems to be a better. And weather is catching up, weather is becoming really good across country. But nonetheless, I'm sure, I think decent, very interested audience which is here. As you all know, in terms of the theme, which is Learning Without Borders, EU-India Partnership for Education, Employability and Mobility. And our session 1 is on Leading Without Borders, Diplomatic and Institutional Leadership for a Shared Future. And our session 2 is on Student to Global Citizens, Policies for Seamless Academic and Professional Mobility. When we are pondering on this theme, in fact, we were really thinking that really does border exist? Which border we are referring to? Normally, in normal parlance, we talk about borders which are physical borders. But in today's tech era, or entire spectrum of IoTs of the world, do you really think physical borders matter? I don't think so. And as an Honorable Prime Minister, while leading G20, he also very vehemently proposed, and I'm sure everybody's in sync with that, is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. World is one family. In this interconnected world, in this interdependence world, we can't just say that I, me and myself can make it happen anything, because we all are making same movie. And our actions and inactions have consequences. Sometimes we do sense it, sometimes we sense it far later on. So you'll really find, I believe today morning he left for G20, one of the forum. But if you imagine a scenario, maybe wherein one student probably who's sitting in Chennai, and probably he wished to get a lectures from professor in Denmark, probably the consul, honorary consul is sitting here. So getting lecture from professor in Denmark, and maybe that they can collaborate in real time with classmates, both countries, and they're working on the real life challenges with the companies, maybe even third country. So these are all possible in today's world, very clearly, because this is like a part of the global practicum. It's not the case, it was not there 20 years back. We ourselves have seen, we work with the multiple stakeholders, but today it's in the offing and almost everyone is kind of looking into that. Now in this particular thought process, the overall thinking has gone far beyond student exchange to learning ecosystems. And in this, whether it is co-creation, whether it is dual learning, whether it is shared accreditations, whether it is virtual collaborations, or deep industry immersions. But what is most important is, are we in the position to create multiple learning pathways for the stakeholders? Stakeholders be students, stakeholders be any learners, definitely. And in this, definitely the region is getting benefited, globe is getting benefited. It is not really talent migration. It's like a circular economy. It is getting into talent circulation. And when we're referring to India, EU, almost close to 1.9 billion population is really looking forward to that how we can be benefited. India has something to offer. India has, as Robin mentioned, we are a hub for the youth. We are a hub for definitely energy. We are the hub for the aspirations. And we are on the cusp of leveraging demographic dividend. But while leveraging that, EU also offers definitely a lot of good things on knowledge point of view, research point of view, and innovations point of view. So how probably kind of, we can take it forward. We all together can really think of that how we can coin new models of partnership, new forms of mobility. Somewhere deep down, as again Robin mentioned, there's a talent gap which is there with respect to country like EU. By 2030, 1 out of 5 will be above age group of 65 in EU countries. But at the same time, we'll have almost 65% of our population which is below 35 by 2030. So we clearly have advantage of providing human capital to the globe. Can India fulfill that obligation not only for our own country, but for the globe? Because that's a major responsibility is there with the Indian education and Indian skill system which is there. And now how probably we can take it forward. Now in this theme as well, you'll find we need to look at it, which tools will be useful for us when we're trying to work together. And one of the tool from global citizen leadership point of view, which is there is the DAC, which is a direction, alignment, and commitment. I think that kind of alignment, which is a structural alignment, which is really required. And India EU Council, Skill Council, in their dialogue, they've already identified more than 50 occupations wherein probably we can work together, both the countries, and work on mutual recognition of qualification framework and at the same time, seamless employability. Indian government, as you all know, has already started pumping in heavily and almost close to 13 billion euros. In the last budget, they made a provision. They also made a provision for almost more than 50,000 Atal Tinkering Lab for probably at a young age, the schools can pick up that. Their focus is also on AI investment, on green energy, and R&D investment in private sector point of view also. Government of India is almost investing close to 11 billion euros. And European side also, digital transformation point of view, the focus is there. Green skills point of view, focus is there. Inclusive education point of view, focus is there. India's attempt is from developing innovation-driven education ecosystem for achieving Viksit Bharat 2047. For our friends from the other countries, this is like a developed nation, what we are looking forward to, and with probably will be in that bracket of $30 trillion. In this, when we're looking at second theme, probably you'll find it's like a citizen leaders. Now, why do we need the citizen leaders or global citizen leaders kind of thought? It's a global citizen, but I'm tempted to add not only global citizens, but we should play a role like a global citizen leaders. You'll really find in our own conversation, we were thinking those individuals who are not only self-aware, but they're socially aware. I'm sure some of the young students of SRM University are here. Some of them are sitting there. And Venkata Shastri ji, my co-chair, Nilesh is also here. So you'll really find, and that global citizen we are looking at, who can work courageously and collaboratively. The name of the game is not me, is only we, and which is non-negotiable. That's the way we need to look at it. And we were thinking that global citizens will actually try to look into solving the complex and boundaries spanning challenges. These boundaries are not geographical boundaries. We are referring to boundaries which are far more like mindset challenges. We always say that mind management is life management. So likewise, we are really looking into it. Let this youngsters, global citizens should look into transformation process for big companies, smaller company, social enterprises, but which is really required. And they need to be continual and agile learners. At the same time, they will not really get into the red ocean kind of strategy, which we all are familiar with, but getting into blue ocean. Our dear friend Karthikeya ji yesterday talking about blue economy. So that's why I'm referring Karthikeya ji, not only coastal line, but I'm referring to blue ocean thinking and blue ocean thinking point of view, the execution for the future, because that's the space which India would be a very appropriate, because we have moved quite a bit from 100 plus innovation index rank in the globe to just almost below 50. And in this, we expect these global citizens to look into empathy-driven world. We are looking into how they can exercise multiple perspective. It's not only one mental lenses or one mental model, but really looking at multiple stakeholders with a positive and collaborative mindset. And they will be truly representing the global community, be it from Indian side, be it from European side. And I'm confident that they will transcend the local paradigms. And they will look at the globe as kind of paradigm, definitely, while developing solutions. My final piece of word is, while we're looking into translating this vision into action, one aspect which is the first theme on how we can really work on diplomatic and institutional leadership within the education system. Yesterday evening, our interactions, I did mention, I'm a very staunch believer, and I'm sure my co-chairs and our EU chamber, our very senior gentleman, Balakutiji is here. He's also supporting, and only education can transform the nation, period. I mean, not only I'm saying nation, but even globe for the future. And to reap that demographic dividend. And if we don't do that, it may lead to demographic disaster. Now, we should be very conscious of that fact. So somewhere education as a currency, we should really look into it. I'm sure in the first theme on diplomatic and institutional leadership point of view. Second aspect is very critical, which is technology point of view. In terms of how it can be, already it is. I'm sure some of our senior colleagues here are from AI first company and other companies as well who are in the AI space. But I'm more concerned about, can we make this as a responsible AI or AI for good? When very recently I was having interaction with one of the leading innovator and professor from MIT Media Lab in Boston. And when we're discussing, we are getting a sense of not only AI, but Gen AI, but agentic AI, as well as agentic web, agentic commerce, and agentic society. People are visualizing 3-5 years down the line will be agentic society. The agents are nothing other than the bots and the machines. What happens with the human being? So I'm really concerned. So I'm sure somewhere we need to touch base on that. The next aspect is on employability point of view for the future of work, workforce and workplace, which is embedded in that, and which is with the green, digital and creative point of view, workforce. Mobility, when we are referring here in terms of academic, professional and digital, and which is really required for global citizens from the better tomorrow. I'm actually tempted to look into one of the futurists, who's a Joel Barker. But before that, before I'll mention probably his quote, I feel that Global Education and Talent Mobility Task Force can be one of the area by which we can move forward. We can really work on wherever the funding opportunities are there for the students' point of view, be it from Erasmus Plus or Horizon Europe, or maybe any other kind of philanthropists can come forward. And we are also creating public and even private data with respect to in real time and taking it forward for the benefit of our entire fraternity of India and EU. And I really feel this is only possible when we work with vision with action. My Joel Barker's quote goes like this: vision without action is merely a dream. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision, just passing a time. But vision with action, we can change the world. My best wishes to the entire fraternity which is here. Let's be together to change the world and make the better tomorrow for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Salunke, for beginning the event on such an inspiring note.
Now, I request Dr. Venkata Shastri to come on the stage. Dr. Shastri is the Director of Career Center, SRM Institute of Science and Technology. He is also the co-chairman of the Education Committee of the Council of EU Chamber of Commerce in India. He has worked in the top universities of India such as KIT, SRM, LPU, Chitkara, and this is his second inning at SRM. Shastri sir is putting to use his varied experience.
Thank you so much. That's my student speaking about me. So, very warm welcome to representatives from various countries, and the only one and only bureaucrat Karthikeyan sir, who respects EU, and I think he travels to wherever we ask him to travel. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It's very difficult to speak after Salunke sir because it's very powerful and very contemporary and very much vision. So we need to just implement the vision. That's it. So it makes it so simple. And speaking is difficult, but implementing is what we should take up after that. We all will do that. Thanks to all the delegates who have come yesterday and today. We are very thankful to you for supporting us. For the first time, we are doing this in Chennai, and many of us were very skeptical about what sort of deliberations we can do when we are doing it for the first time here. But as we are forced to put a theme, we are forced to start the interaction. Somewhere we have to start this equation of starting the interactions and connections. We did that, and so you are here. We are really thankful to you for respecting. We definitely respect your time. We will carry out whatever discussions we have had offline here on the dais also. And we'll try to put up a good chapter for EU from Chennai. That's what is our motto here. So please contribute. We're all here. You can talk to Renuji or to me also. We'll put up all these points. Vijay sir has
contributed few points yesterday. We'll definitely work on those points. And he wanted that education committees should move into institution campuses and start building up from there what all best they can do from there. We'll definitely do that, sir. We will connect more educational institutions to this organization and take it forward. I'm grateful to all my partners who have supported us without even knowing for the first time we are doing. So we don't know the results and outcomes. People talk about outcomes first and then connect the strategy for achieving those outcomes. Chellas and Kamba, who was here with us. And thank you so much, Chellas and Kamba. Thank you for trusting us and coming here. I think, you become the family members now, and let's design the strategy together and work towards achieving those objectives which we have mutually set up for. Thank you so much, sir. I leave the stage now here. Thanks, ma'am, for this opportunity. Thank you.
With us, Dr. Renu Shom, Director General of EU Chambers. It is my distinct honor to introduce a truly remarkable individual who has been an indispensable force within the Chamber for a decade and a half. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Renu Shom. Now, I may request Dr. Renu Shom to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Everyone, and really it's truly a privilege to be here with you all. And this is, because we have, yesterday also we had an event, and I can tell you this is the first event we have done in Chennai. And so we welcome all of you. And so I look forward to having you people in Mumbai as well as. So on the outset, I would like to thank all of you to come and attend this event, and special mention to some of our people who have contributed towards the success of this event, especially my colleagues who have been really working very hard to make this happen. SRM team whom we were in constant touch to ensure that everything goes seamlessly, and Dr. Uday Salunke, who is leading this organization, it's the event and all. So at the outset, I would say it's very, very important for us to, ensure that these things take place on time. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm so confused today. Seeing you all, I'm extremely sorry. Anyway, this event, actually, we have been organizing this EU-India Education Summit in Mumbai. We have conducted 4 EU-India Education Summit in Mumbai, and it was quite a successful event. So we realized that because sometimes what will happen when we do the activities in Mumbai, not everyone can attend. So there was a discussion when we had with SRM, Dr. Shastri and all. He said, why don't you explore the opportunities to do the event in Chennai? That's how the entire thing started. And I can tell you, like today, we have the companies or the members visited not only from the southern part, even some of them are from Chennai, some of them I have come from all the way from Ahmedabad, Pune, Bangalore. So that shows there is an interest with our members to, to explore the opportunities in different cities, as well as see like what are the opportunities exist in this state. So with this, I wanted to just make it very short, because when we organize these activities in different cities, we need a support, local support. So for example, today, when we were talking to some of the companies and all, they said, we should explore the opportunities on doing the activities in different cities, especially the EU-India Education Summit, because education, of course, plays a very, very important role. And with this, I would like to conclude my vote of thanks, with the mention of some of the people who have supported, one is Khamba, then Pyramid, then of course SRM, and also we have Transit HR Consultancy. So without your support, we could have not done this event. And I look forward to having a more engagement with you all going forward. Thank you, Dr. Shastri, for putting this entire show, and Dr. Uday Salunke for coming all the way from Mumbai. Thank you. And we have a very interesting 2 sessions. Because we have the speakers who would be talking on a different aspect of education. So I would request you to kindly attend those sessions and all. I'm sure we will have a lot of take-home values. So thank you once again.
Now, may I request Dr. Renu Shom, Dr. Uday Salunke, Dr. N. Venkata Shastri, Mr. Nilesh Gaikwad to the stage for Capture the Moment.